Hey Dan, thanks for joining me today. First of all, I'm sick of fucking making these like 20, 30 minute long videos, so I'm gonna try something new and tell me how you like it. I'm gonna burn through this list like fucking fast as I can while trying to be as good as I can about it. First of all, your dad is or was a CCW instructor. That is the coolest thing I've ever heard of. I really want to take a CCW class just so that when I get my CCW, it'll bypass a lot of red tape with a lot of like firearms rules. If your dad is still a CCW instructor, I would love to take his class because Michigan and North Carolina share reciprocity for CCWs. I do the same thing he does when we watch movies. Um, I'm always aware of I'm so ingrained in firearm safety that even when someone like points the gun at the camera in a movie, I do one of these, try to get my face out of the way. There's generally four firearms rules of safety that keep you the safest. One, treat every gun as if it's always loaded, always no matter what, even if you know it's like unloaded, always treat as if it's loaded. Two, don't point your gun at anything you don't intend to destroy. Three, keep your finger out of the trigger guard until you're ready to fire. This is referred to as trigger discipline, and it is what you made up your dad critiquing Bruce Willis for in your video. A lot of actors don't do it, and I really appreciate it when some actors do. And four, be aware of your target's foreground and background. This keeps you from, accidentally shooting things that are, right in front of you that might blow up in your face, or shooting things behind your target that you might not want to have shot. Okay, whatever. um, if I will make you a concept album if you make me a mixtape or something like that. Here are the requirements. I remember having this conversation with you about going to church, and you said you really like music. Maybe I'm misremembering it, but I think that's what you said. Some of my favorite music. Well, okay. First of all, some of the most relaxing, peaceful, and calming music that I know is all like in a foreign language, like low tempo, down pace, down tempo, low pace, whatever. A cappella choral music. So I only have one song like that on my iPod. I play it all the time. It's super relaxing, and I wish I had more of it. And the most I could think of was like church choir, like when I used to do that, which was probably the coolest. So if you and I've asked a few people who should know, but have never gotten back to me where I could find something like that. But no one's ever gotten back to me. So yeah, if you know or know of anyone who would know, like where to find music like that, down tempo, choral, a cappella, foreign language, I would really appreciate it because it is just the best, and I need more. Okay. And then if you get me that, I will make you a concept album. If you are intimidated by 3D games and you want to get into Zelda, download Link's Awakening. It's super great and super fun. It's probably my favorite game in the world ever. It's for the Game Boy, so it's it's not 3D, it's 2D. It's just really enjoyable. I like it, and I would love to teach you how to play 3D games or introduce you to them, whatever. The next time we hang out, that would be super great. I didn't know that about Duck Hunt. That's really funny to be like, fuck you, I'm making the duck go over here, get fucked, you'll never shoot it there. I'm super jealous about Uncle John's. Portia always wanted to go to a corn maze or a hayride or something, and I don't remember if we ever did, either because I was such a big piece of shit that I wouldn't make time for it, or if we were actually that busy that we didn't have time for it. I don't remember. But that sounds like so much fun, and I wish I could have gone. Circumcision, that's interesting. I actually didn't get circumcised until I was in middle school. And then I went on to pierce my penis. So how's that for voluntary genital mutilation? Okay, that addresses everything that you talked about in your video. Moving on to my challenge. I'm going to do this really fast. Okay, so just going to get this out of the way. These are in no particular order. Lube. Ever since I've had the money and the courage to buy it myself, it has been the best ever. It's way better than spit or hand lotion, and that's all there is to it. Okay, I really like my coffee maker. Sip of coffee, take all of them. I went through like a string of $10 coffee machines that didn't have any features, that you just flipped it on and it brewed the coffee, and then you flipped it off and you were done. The one I have right now isn't like super fancy or anything. It doesn't have like water filters or anything like that, but like um, it shuts off after 2 hours. You can program it to start whenever. Um, it has that little thing where if you take the carafe out, it won't drip or whatever. It's just super nice. I set it to make coffee for Portia in the morning every day, and then like it turns off after 2 hours, so it doesn't burn the coffee. And then when I wake up, I just turn it back on and it just reheats it, and I drink it, and it's just really, excuse me, it's really convenient. Okay, that's two out of the way. The GPS is fucking invaluable. Every time I hop in the car and I'm going somewhere new, I just go, oh yeah, beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop boop, go, and it says, oh, by the way, like you'll be there in 10 minutes, whatever, no big deal. And it just is so, it's just such a weight off my mind to like not have to fucking like look up a Google map and print it out and like read it while I'm driving. I just have this nice English lady telling me where to go in my monster truck. So it's really nice. And then there's just like a go home button for once you want to go home. You're just stuck somewhere and you're like, oh, oop, go home. And it says, oh, go this way. It's like life down here would not be the same without it. Okay. This little guy is called the Logitech Harmony remote. And if you can see stuff on there, it says stuff like watch DVD, play Xbox 360, play the Wii, play the PS2, whatever. Logitech came out with this, and pretty much you like plug it into your computer, tell it what kind of components you have for your system, and it knows like or it'll download the remote codes or whatever. It's nice because it's just one all-in-one remote, and it doesn't have, you don't have to find like 800 remotes or whatever. It'll ask you like, when I hit volume, when you want to adjust the volume, do you do it on the receiver or the TV, like whatever. So you go, oh, activities, I want to watch a DVD. And guess what? It turns on the TV, it sets it to the right input, it turns on the receiver, it sets it to the right input, and it turns on my Xbox. And if there's a DVD in the disc or in the drive, it'll play the DVD. It also works as a DVD remote. It has like menu, like chapter buttons, like whatever the fuck you could want. It's super great. Oh yeah, by the way, fuck you, I want to play the Wii. Oh, what's that? Change it to a different input on the receiver? Sadly, no trace of them was ever found. I died playing Secret of Mana, and I haven't changed it. And this beautiful music plays, because I'm dead. And then there's an all-off button. Oh yeah, turn everything off. No big fucking deal. And it never runs out of remotes, or batteries, because it has this little charging thing. You put it on this little cradle over there. No big deal, whatever. It's super great. It took a little while to set up, but it's so worth it and amazing. Anyway, so that's 4. Here's 5. I'm a big nerd. I love cooking, but something I love more than cooking is pairing wine to a meal. And I don't know if I've told you about this before, but this is what to drink with what you eat. It is exactly that. It's a big fucking Bible full of, every type of wine available, just about, and like what food goes well with it. And then halfway through, it switches over to basically every kind of food and what wine goes well with that. And it has like a rating system of like how well it pairs. It even has stuff like water or like liquors or coffee if that's applicable. So that's super great. So there you go. There's me addressing your video and me doing my challenge in 9 minutes. So now here's for me to challenge you. I'm gonna fucking stretch these legs a little bit. Whew. So bad at thinking of challenges. I did this whole video and didn't even think of a challenge. By the way, that is totally how I made that steak dinner and said, oh, what wine would be great with this? And it said, oh, a Cabernet Sauvignon, especially from California. And I was like, oh, I just so happen to have one. I'm sitting over here in my wine rack, no problem. So that's good. I don't know, I'm just going to cut this one short and think of a challenge for you later and post it later because I don't want to, drag this on too much. Anyway, see you later, doggy.